Kick this thing off in right about now. Hello everyone, Eric Watson here, freelance writer, player of games, writer of words, recorder of videos, and tabletop role-playing aficionado. Welcome to our weekly live stream Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition online role-playing adventures. We're trying not to swallow my own tongue. I'm joined as always by my wonderful friends Chris, playing Valravn, the Eladrin Bard of Eloquence.
Hello.
I appreciate the shirt also.
Yes.
I've been noticing that.
Representing tonight.
Very nice, very nice. Old school.
I noticed you, Chris.
I see you. Heather
Watch out, you might get some hate on that one.
playing Frey, the halfling barbarian of the beast.
Hello.
Jesus. Rochelle playing Celeste, the half-orc sun soul monk, will not be joining us tonight. Raymond playing Edmund, the human alchemist artificer, is joining us tonight, but has temporarily stepped away.
He is played in part by Door.
And
That's right,
Reese playing
Closet Door.
Thimbleweed, the Thrycreen swarm keeper ranger.
You know what they say about men who can swallow their own tongues?
What?
They're probably dead. I don't know.
It's like
I was asking.
something you don't want them to do, right? If they're
Yeah.
It seems dangerous.
turn them on his side or something. We stream our sessions live on YouTube every Friday. Watch all of our stream sessions here on YouTube. Read weekly session recaps at roguewatson.com. Watch my behind-the-scenes, no players allowed live series, Rafting Icewind Dale, every Monday and Thursday. Head on over to our live post-session discussion Frostmaiden chat after our show tonight. You can also listen to all these live D&D shows with the Rogue Watson podcast, available wherever you get your podcasts. Follow me on Twitter at Rogue Watson and join our official Discord server with invite link in the description below. If you would like to support the channel, please check out patreon.com/RogueWatson. Patrons get exclusive access to private videos, custom 5e content, and participate in monthly DM roundtables and private Patreon D&D games. For our campaign, we use Roll20.net. For video chat, we use Discord, and for streaming, I use Open Broadcaster software with Streamlabs. Music is by Kevin MacLeod, and our amazing original character art was done by Jimmy McClure. Previously on Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frostmaiden. With the Wraith destroyed and the Freydigo temporarily incapacitated, the party formulated a plan. Yeet their monstrous friend down the nearest borehole and throw a bunch of flame skulls after her. Edmund used his summon wolf to drag Frey into the tunnel as they went sliding down into a vast cavern strewn with bleached bones and dotted with several pools of steaming, bubbling liquid. As the remorazes lifted out of the water, the flame skulls came tumbling after, throwing down fireballs. Freydigo leapt into action, but found little escape from her predicament, and soon found herself cornered and surrounded. The flame skulls didn't like being around fire-immune creatures, and floated back up the tunnel, launching fireballs and fire rays at the dismayed party above. Freydigo used stealth and skills to outwit the remorazes, and climb up the tunnel while her companions dealt with the flame skulls, only to emerge and re-engage them, including cursing Edmund and nearly killing Thimbleweed. Thankfully for them, the battle below had taken its toll, and her curse was nearly spent. With a few strikes, the Wendigo retreated and Frey returned, but not before cursed Edmund threw himself down the hole, face to face with the increasingly annoyed remorazes. He used his flying boots and swift spellcasting to hightail it out of there, and the entire party resolved to never go down there again. The end.
They all went home.
And it wasn't until 2 days later that the DM admitted he had nerfed my Freydigo because he forgot to up my damage stat.
Yeah, she should have been doing 1 extra damage on average with every strike.
One more damage?
I think it was approximately one more damage. Maybe like 1.5. I was using her old damage was before her level up boost, as I had discovered when I was making the 5e content that patrons get a couple times a month.
Hey, hon, check the splash screen. Make sure it's the right one. Just making sure. Stan's seeing something different, so.
the splash screen, like what you guys are seeing.
I guess Stan saying the splash screen for him is Empire of the Ghouls, Chapter 2, Episode 3.
I would recommend switching off that one, Stan, because I'm watching the stream right now and it looks fine to me. Yeah, I think it looks fine on mine.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah.
Just helping Stan out, because
I appreciate it. I rely on a lot of you telling me if things are wrong. I do have a live feed on. I have 3 monitors, and then my tablet always shows the live feed. So, hoping I can catch any issues like that. But certainly, issues have come up before. All right, you guys are still in the middle of this dungeon. I think you all were actually about to short rest. I think we had stopped before.
Yeah, we're gonna like retreat to somewhere safe.
Yeah.
Oops.
And short rest.
Yeah.
Now that I'm thinking about it, that's just a terrible party trick. You just say, "Hey, I can swallow my own tongue," and then they say, "Do it," and you do it, and no one knows you did it. Yeah, I swallowed my tongue.
That's a bad party trick.
Are you not entertained?
Yeah.
I totally did it, guys.
I can swallow my own tongue.
Oh, Lord.
Just did it again.
It's all right. I did it again. All right, let's rest.
Yes. We don't have to montage you guys out of this area. If you want to stick around right here, you certainly can. But I think we had Valin pop a tiny hut for protection as you were treated back to a previous room, and then you can short rest. I think you may have items that need identifying. Hopefully you all are keeping track of that.
Hopefully.
Hopefully somebody's keeping track.
Eric wrote it down.
Not me.
He wrote it down before we closed. Magic staff, magic cloak.
Thank goodness.
Oh, right, because that's right. What you montaged at the end of the last session, which you forgot.
Oh,
I
I did forget about
is that we did go find a dead wizard.
You're right. I forgot about that in the recap because it was a very last minute thing.
It was very
When you all retreated to short rest, you had found, basically the destroyed wraith turned into like the ghost or something, a vision of a past, and you found his body and all the loot from all those different wizards that had died, and then you were able to acquire that loot. The end.
a magic staff and a magic cloak.
Yeah.
All right, let's short rest. No, not short-term madness, short rest. Which actually now we can test the. I'm curious about the character sheet thing. Because they added a short rest button in the character sheets.
Oh yeah, we have not
that?
tested that yet. That can invalidate.
I mean, it's not on the main screen. It's like in the character sheet, so maybe not. But let's try it. It did nothing. So I think that it doesn't seem to have done anything at all.
Huh. Maybe it has to be a setting I have to enable. I'm not sure how that works.
Maybe. Yeah, I'm hitting the button. It's not doing anything. All right, back to your macros. Oh Lord, I need.
You are
to
down
use hit dice,
65 hit points. You are down 97 hit points. That's impressive.
I see that. That's a lot of
That
hit.
is impressive.
And plus the
Literally using
minus
hit
8.
dice. Right.
When's that minus 8 turn into a minus 0?
Yeah, when does that go away?
That, let's find out. I think that actually may cost you a long rest, my friend.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
We are inside the tiny hut.
it's not
Can
something-
technically take one.
I think consider it was a wild vampire running around.
Yeah.
But he can't come in the hut.
That's true.
That
Oh,
is
however,
true.
I might invite him in.
Finish
Once it's cast, that thing can go inside.
it's until a long rest, yeah.
Oh, really? Not even Valravn?
Especially Valravn. All right, what was the identifying stuff we needed? The staff and magic cloak.
I click on short rest on the character page, nothing happens.
That's what Chris was
Yep.
saying. He says it doesn't
Nice.
work.
Does not seem to be doing anything. Wow, look at those hit dice.
And look at yours.
Yeah. look
Wow,
at
yeah.
mine.
Is there a
Well,
song of rest or anything?
Great
There
talents.
sure is.
You're there. Start making me feel better.
I will play you my Song of Rest. We'll tell you the story of the terrible cannibal ghost. It's a D8.
We get those sweet, sweet temporary hit points.
You sure do.
Hey, I get them this time, right? Right? You're not mad at me, right?
I don't know. The story of the terrible cannibal ghost does not feature Frey heavily.
Or does it feature Frey heavily? Just
well,
cursed
that's the twist-
Frey
That's
monster.
the twist at the end of the story of the
that's
cannibal
yeah.
ghost.
Got him.
He'll give it to you.
I mean, I was impressed you gave her a bardic inspiration, like literally
Ah,
right
yeah.
after she transformed back. All right, the two items, the cloak that the dead ghost wraith wizard had is a mantle of spell resistance.
Nice.
It does require attunement, and you have advantage on saving throws against spells while you wear this cloak.
Nice.
The staff
Of seaweed.
is a staff of charming. While holding this staff, you can use an action to expend one of its 10 charges to cast Charm Person, Command, or Comprehend Languages using your spell save DC. If you are holding the staff and fail a save against an enchantment spell that targets only you, you can turn your failed save into a successful one once per long rest. If you succeed on a save against an enchantment spell that targets only you, with or without the staff's intervention, you can use your reaction to expend a charge and turn the spell back on its caster as if you had cast the spell. Staff regains a 1d8 plus 2 charges daily at dawn. Expend the last charge, roll a d20 on a 1, the staff becomes a non-magical quarterstaff. The staff is fashioned out of Chardelin. If a target succeeds on a spell save when using this item, you must succeed on a DC 13 Charisma saving throw or suffer a form of short-term madness till the end of your next turn.
Dibs. Just kidding. I can't use it.
Oh yeah, it's got the
Oh yeah.
class
Bard,
requirements.
cleric, druid, sorcerer, warlock, wizard. Which I think is just me, right? I don't think
I'm none of those things.
Yeah.
I will happily take it. That seems pretty useful.
Let's see. You are currently attuned to the Frostfur Cloak, the Ring of Spell Storing, and the Wand of Binding.
Oh. Mm. I think the wand of binding is gonna have to go. That's the web one, right? No, it's the whole person, whole
Binding
monster one.
yeah.
Oh, that's pretty good.
I don't think you've used it since, have you?
No, I never have used it, but just having the ability to cast hold monster is really helpful.
It does seem like it.
Shoot, but that ring of spell storing really came in handy last time. Use the haste.
The haste, yeah.
Yeah.
It is agonizing when you get up to these levels. There's a lot of stuff.
Right.
Staff of Chalmers. Once per long rest, you can summon a spectral superintendent Chalmers. Skinner!
All right, let's just do the math here. What level is hold monster? Let's see which the ring of spell storing. Okay, hold monster is a 5th level spell. So
Min max it. Min max it.
Count up what the value of the spells
What
are.
should he attend
So,
to?
The wand of binding is actually more high level, more spell slots technically. So yeah, I will deattune the ring of spell storing.
Okay. Staff of Charming.
It's still, if somebody wants this, it's still got a mirror image in it. I use the
That one's
haste.
getting passed around.
That's right. You gave it to me.
Pass
and
that
it still
doobie
had
around.
it had a mirror image in it when he gave it to me.
Man. What a spoiled party. They're just giving away this ring with magic in it. Does anybody want the Mantle of Spell Resistance? Anybody can use it, but it does require attunement.
Yeah, I feel like I'm attuned to 3 pretty cool
You are
things
currently attuned to the Puwafi, the White Dragon Scale Shield, and Vigilance.
right now. Yeah.
Good stuff. Edmund,
You
Frey,
want
what
to
do you...
bump up the number of stuff we can attune to?
You can already attune to 4, Mr. Artificer over there.
I can do 4, yes.
Literally one of your
I've
class's
got good
specialties.
stuff. So what do I have? I've got the
You have the Runic Axe, the Belt of Frost Giant Strength, and the Codicil of White.
Okay, you can't. Yeah, you can't. All 3 of those are like core to her character at this point. I don't see how she gets rid of any of those.
I mean, if he wants to give me 4, then
yeah, exactly.
There was a joke item in one of the magic item supplements I reviewed that had and it was literally like a ring of just jokey bullshit, and it was grants 1 attunement slot, but it required attunement.
Right. Yep.
Like that's just a way to troll your players, right there.
It is. What is Celeste attuned to currently?
Celeste is attuned to the Helm of Telepathy, her Sperry 3000 Deluxe, and the Bracers of Defense.
what's the Helm of Telepathy do? I don't remember her ever really using that.
Yeah, I mean maybe.
Yeah. I think this might have come from the Eight Ascendant spaceship. Lets you cast Detect Thoughts, and then possibly Suggestion from that.
Never use it. I just want to upgrade her and give her spell resistance. I feel like it's probably going to be way more useful to her.
That is probably going to come up more often. You just have to remember that she's got it
Let's do it for now.
every single time a spell comes at her.
But yeah, turned off
because that gives her advantage. Like on Fireball, it gives her advantage, and then if she makes the save, she gets that evasion. So it does seem like a pretty good combo.
Yeah. If she decides she doesn't want it later on, we'll take it back.
All right, so we're officially placing Helm of Telepathy with a Mantle of Spell Resistance.
Yep.
Yes, I keep track of all the shit. Certainly worth keeping track of. Does somebody still have control of Celeste's sheet that wants to roll hit dice for her?
Oh, yeah, I was doing that already, but I just got sidetracked because
you had loot to paw through.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. What is that? 21. That's getting her close. Let's do a couple more. Let's do 2 more. Let's use all the hit dice right now.
Oh my gosh.
Here's the best part. I still have most of my hit dice.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Well, now she went from 11 to 3.
This might be the biggest disparity we've seen in hit point resource usage, because the last 2 fights, Frey hasn't actually used like any of her actual hit points.
Right.
And some of the rest of you have been like horribly depleted.
I contemplated while y'all were short resting, just doing like I'm fine and just wandering off again, just to freak everybody out.
Oh god.
Whole thing over again.
So, I think as was discussed last time, you guys were so sick of all the bad things in this cave, and you realized what your goal was in here, which was to find this lost city of Ethrin. Some of you might all have different motivations for finding it, but you have confirmation that there is an ancient, what used to be these ancient flying cities of from this very magic savvy civilization that has now a fallen empire, has apparently been found inside this glacier, and you've opened up a way to get inside. But what was inside the glacier has just been so far this winding labyrinthine tunnel system full of dangers. And you realize that this vampire creature has attacked you several times, and it apparently has always retreated to the north of you from where you are now, and then you've recently gone down this borehole, which held a vast cavern full of pools of remorazes and eggs and things, to which several of your party are just noping out of that. You do have another path, which is to the south of your current room right now, which you have not gone down in. But yeah, Bullen
Got
is
south.
agreeing that trying to find the city might be your best bet versus stumbling into more danger.
Oh,
During
yeah.
during the short rest, can I kind of sit off in a corner and close my nice piercing blue eyes and start praying to Oral and see if she'll respond to give directions? Hello, MapQuest, we're lost.
Hey, Oral, where is?
Hey, Oral, it's your girl Frey. Long time no talkie. Hope you're doing well.
So you want to commune?
I want to commune with my new god.
Okay. What do you say?
That the forces work against me and keep me from the prize that we seek, and request her assistance to know that we are on the right path.
You don't hear anything at the moment, but you maintain your concentration, and as the rest of everybody does their like telling stories and healing their wounds, and you're pretty much just fresh, so you can spend the whole time.
She pops her AirPods in. She's ignoring.
Yeah.
She didn't have to listen to any of that.
Mm-hmm. You do feel the very subtlest of a chill breeze, and you can feel it when you're facing. Which direction are you facing when you sit down?
I'd like to think that she's facing away from the hot hole. She doesn't like the hot hole.
The hot hole.
Yeah.
Calling it. Okay. Where is your token right now? Actually, I don't see you.
I'm where everyone else is.
Okay. Oh, there you are. I just let me be more specific. Are you facing like north this direction or south this direction, or just like facing a wall?
She's kind of just facing north because she's like, I don't want to go anywhere close to that hot hole.
Okay.
Kind of like back to the where the edge of the hut would be without falling through.
You feel a breeze, and that should be pretty startling because nothing should be able to enter this hut.
Emmett says, "Excuse me, sorry about that."
It's a cold breeze.
Small space.
The rest of you don't feel anything. This only
smell.
Frey experiences this, and Frey, you feel this, like the hairs, kind of twitch a little bit, and you can tell that the air is pushing against you from the north towards the south.
So it's pushing me south.
It's pushing you south. That's the only response you get.
House. You said this house is the only place we haven't been, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, you guys
Frey
might be
just-
a little turned around.
Frey will just like, she closes her eyes a little tighter and just bows her head a little bit. She doesn't say anything.
Okay. You may have gotten fairly turned around now, but you have not been south of this current cave.
Okay. Well, Frey, does your new goddess give you any insight into our current situation?
If you are referring to Oral, then you better watch your tongue.
I don't believe I said anything insulting whatsoever, did I?
She believes we are on the right path. And south we shall go. Not down that damn hole. I am not going down that hole.
It's south.
If you want to go down there, you go right ahead. I am not going down that damn hole. I will go around it.
Oh dear. If you're terrified of what's down that hole, I don't even want to see it, to be honest with you. I'll let my imagination run wild.
I push Valravn down the hole.
I feel like Valravn would want to witness everything so he can write the tales of it, though.
That's true. But occasionally, the deep dark hole that the audience never gets to see, but is so terrifying to one of the characters, occasionally that's a good plot device. That's
I could see that. It's better that we don't describe the horrors.
Exactly.
So, like, while the rest of you are finishing up your long rest, Frey just walks right out of the hut. She's like, peace out.
All right, we are moving.
Every now and then she stops and just turns her head up to feel the breeze.
You only felt it for that one brief moment. And it has
I know,
left.
but she pretends that
Okay.
she can feel it more.
Okay. Valen whispers to some of you, and now that Frey's kind of charging ahead, she lingers back and says, "So, is she cured now, or is this a frequent occurrence?"
I mean, I wouldn't leave her alone with any more cannibal ghosts, but it doesn't happen often, but it happens.
Wonderful.
On then.
Well, then you know I can hear you, right?
Ah,
My dear Frey, I don't suppose we are on any sort of pathway to curing you of your affliction, are we?
Curing me of what?
We probably still got like fucking scars. So he like holds up like where he's not on his own
Physical,
arm.
if not the
yeah.
emotional scars, for sure.
We can find you a priest when we get to the next town. You'll be fine.
Well, we can find you an exorcist when we get to the next town. How
There's
about
nothing
that?
wrong with me.
All right, this is clearly going to take years of therapy, which we don't have the time for here.
I'm perfect just the way I am.
Wait, did Frey already like leave our line of sight? Just take
She
off
is
down
hauling
the-
ass down there, indeed.
Okay, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Heading
Frey
down
has
the
seen some
tunnel.
shit, and she knows she needs to get where she's going.
What is the condition of this tunnel we're going down? Is it just more of the same?
Occasionally you get the natural hewn stairs out of the ice, but yeah, it's just a tunnel carving down and then opens up into a larger cavern. And this cavern has a kind of a wall of ice in the northeast corner. It looks like a cloudy, flat sheet of ice. And you swear you see something like moving, like a shadow in the ice.
Shadow in the ice.
So I'm walking on a sheet of ice.
I said it was a wall.
Wall.
One of the
Okay.
walls, yeah. It says spooky.
Oh dear.
Okay, spooky.
Bray, as you get close, you feel as you kind of turn this corner, you feel a tingling effect in your mind, and I'm going to ask for a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, that's not good, you guys.
You've been inflicting those on us for the last 2 sessions. Now you get one.
That's true.
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bray, you need to stop
Well,
moving.
just watch me turn into a Wendigo again.
Frey, you see Frey, you see a brief image of this in the ice,
Shit.
and then it just, all of a sudden, your mind goes blank, and you feel something like clawing around in your brain, and you
Like a
have
lightning storm.
zero control of your body at the moment. You are just
Fun.
standing there slack-jawed.
Fun. That's great. Yeah.
The rest of you see Frey just charging ahead and all of a sudden just stop still.
And y'all just hear shit.
Is she still cursing?
Right.
No words coming out.
Okay.
Bolin like immediately takes out her weapon and is like, "Is it gonna happen again? I thought you said it was only a once in a
Yeah,
while."
yeah. I mean, honestly, we're probably all worried about that. To be, Frey, dear, are you still with us?
You try to speak and you cannot.
Ooh,
Nice snarl.
I'm gonna ask her. Can you hear me?
Does your telepathy allow two-way communication?
I don't know. Let me look up how my character works.
I think if we're willing, it does allow it. I think once he makes a connection, if we're willing to maintain it, then I think it goes back and forth.
Am I frightened?
No.
Okay. Just make sure, because I'm supposed to have advantage on those saving throws.
You
I
are
don't think it says anything
dominated.
about returning the.
Transmit your thoughts mentally to creatures. A contacted creature doesn't need to share language you don't understand. It must be able to understand at least one language.
Doesn't say anything about the return.
Yeah.
We've always used it that we can communicate back and forth. That's not.
Well, we've always been in talking range too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just talk back to him.
I think it might have come up once before.
Ready to go round 2. Fight.
Right. I'm gonna say, Thimbleweed, that you you attempt to contact her with your normal telepathy speech, and when you do that, you immediately feel another presence inside of her mind, and it is alien. It is bone-chillingly just you're hearing like eldritch, to where you immediately like instinctively back far away and like sever the connection like instantly.
Ooh. Shoop.
Just whoop, 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 whoop.
I'm a crab out of there, guys.
Out of
Oh,
there.
that's really going to freak everybody out. Frey is stopped and staring, and Thimblecreen just took off.
Yep.
Yeah.
Her mind is not her own.
God
Uh,
damn it.
I mean, to be fair, has it ever really been my
Yeah,
own,
I
though?
mean, we're not really selling that Frey is like safe, are we? We're really not selling it.
There is another presence
What besides the flesh-eating one?
besides the flesh-eating one. Yes, it is
Fantastic.
scarier.
Oh dear.
Scarier than the one that just almost killed us all.
Exactly. I don't want to hear that. Oh. But she's not doing anything.
She's not doing anything.
Um.
I know. We're afraid to get a little closer, aren't we?
Yeah, we are.
Let me try to bring her closer.
Swear
I
to
moved
goodness,
it.
Edmund, if you keep whipping me, one of these days,
Frey
I'm
will
going
remember
to lash
that.
out.
No.
Lasso her closer.
I'm going to make the ground move to try to carry her towards me 5 feet at a time.
Okay. Ray, you can make a strength save.
Or you can willingly fail the save.
She has
As
no
you know-
control over her body.
As you notice, the ground is moving.
Yeah. Your
Make a
body
strength save?
automatically makes this strength save. Or, sorry, automatically
Oh.
tries to make the strength save, at least. You can still roll it.
I mean,
So you
I have
see,
a-
even though Frey is not
I have a plus
responding,
10.
even though she's not responding, her feet plant, like, instinctively, like, against the spell's effect. So,
Edmund pulls out his thorn whip.
I tried this the nice way. Now I'm doing
Yes.
it the violent way.
And here's the problem. I honestly have no idea what's going. He didn't warn me ahead of time about any of this. So I don't know if you hit me, if it doesn't constitute some form of retaliation on her part, because it's not. I don't know. Eric literally told me nothing about this. I knew about the
Well-
Fratigo shit, but I had no idea about this.
It sounds like it could have been any of us to be in front. Like, it didn't have to be you. None this
Yeah.
time.
It had to be.
That's right.
He just put the words out there that he knew would entice me to keep going real fast.
Right.
He knew what he was doing.
Whip that
See, it's
fray.
him and those cockamamie rules that he likes to make up.
It seems she's not willing to come back this way. She must be seeing something.
Something is happening to her, yes.
Hmm.
I'm looking at spell options, but I'm actually kind of a little low on spell slots.
I was actually doing that with Valen too.
Well, let's just get a little closer and see what happens. Closer.
Nothing happens at the moment. All right, Edmund. When you get this close, I need a wisdom save from you.
Please tell me you got your flash of geniuses back on a short rest.
Nope, they come back on a long rest.
Actually, I don't think they have the skeleton. I think the skeleton died to a fireball. I think.
I have 0 flash of geniuses.
She did not raise another one.
This is all pure rolls, fellas. Here we go. 14.
You got anything that can boost that? It's close. All right. You see Edmund get up close, and then the same effect happens.
He's like reaching out to Ray, and it just freezes.
Well, you freeze, and then your hand gently just kind of goes slack.
Ah.
Yeah, and your body just kind of relaxes, but you have 0 motor control.
Okay, witnessing this a second time and knowing, kind of having a better idea that.
And
what
you
we're
see a
watching for-
flash. All of you see a brief flash of this in the wall.
Oh, is this like an arrival situation where it's like a frosty wall and there's like tentacle shit happening behind it?
That's what you saw a brief vision of.
Okay. Now, but seeing that didn't cause this thing.
No, but to be safe, we should probably just go home.
Those two are gone.
Yeah. You saw it after that effect happened, but when it happened is
After
when
it,
it seems
right.
somebody got close. It's close to the wall.
Okay. I thought it might have been a vision-based effect happening to them, but.
All right, do we
It
try
says-
pulling him back?
Yeah, Valen says, "All right, we
yeah.
agreed. No one is getting closer right now. Yes, we've confirmed this
Or
problem."
we all jump closer all at the same time. Can't get us all, right?
Surely this eldritch horror can't get us all at the same time.
Exactly.
Of unfathomable power.
You have any anti-magics, Valravn?
I have. It depends on what kind of magic we're dealing with, I suppose. I have. If it's a charming ability or a frightening ability, then yes, I have magics that can sort out emotional trauma such as those. But I don't know what this is exactly. I suppose I could try it. You know what I could try? Actually, I don't have it anymore. Oh, yes, I do. If we want to stick around for a while, I don't know. I mean, this is it's terribly time sensitive. I could do detect magic as a ritual.
Yeah. You could.
Okay. I need to study them.
Yeah.
I must know what kind of magics they are.
Nothing seems to be happening at the
affiliated
moment.
with.
You're growing increasingly concerned that they are just very creepily standing there, like with vacant expressions.
Mm-hmm.
If you came over to the front, you'd see me drooling.
Okay, so having detect magic on, what do I see on them?
And remind me what detects. Oh, I guess you already posted, didn't you?
Yeah.
Presence of magic within 30 feet of you. You definitely sense magical effects surrounding both of them. Magical school. It is enchantment. You sense very strong enchantment magics ensorceling both of them.
Okay. It's so specific here. If it's not a charm or a fear, that won't work.
Frey, what did you say you had advantage against?
I have advantage on saving throws against being frightened.
Okay.
Okay, well, let's... I don't suppose you have the ability to dispel magics, do you, Valen?
Not at the moment, no. But if you see any more skeletons around, I can make some more skeleton friends.
Fantastic. Yo,
Look, not all of us are level 12, all right?
Let me get my skin and knife.
what's the to a hammer every problem is a nail? Is that the saying? To Valen, every problem can be solved
to a
with more
necromancer,
skeletons.
it's pretty much the case, yeah. Everybody's just a potential skeleton.
That's right. All right. Well, since Edmund, I think, might have some magics to help us here, he's gonna do this on Edmund. Robin is gonna read some words of the enchantment clouding the mind of the young man, breaking, and the ensorceling magics dispelling from his personhood.
Yeah, look.
All right, Valravn, you do feel like dispel magic is something that would work, but would also require a ability check, and you can feel the power of this effect, knowing it would be a...
I now I'm thinking that okay, I will do this, but
Yep.
I'm also now getting the feeling that this is like a straight up spell, and I feel like I could try to maybe do a check to see if I can figure out what exactly is happening here.
I'll give you an Arcana check, sure.
Well, let me do this first.
Okay.
What do I need to roll?
10 plus the spell's level. You're not quite sure what the level is, but I'm letting you know that you feel it's a very powerful effect. This would not be an easy check.
Ability check, so it's a straight charisma check, I guess.
An ability check using your spellcasting ability. Yep.
Oh,
that's not a
bad.
good roll.
That was real bad.
That wouldn't work for anything.
Do I have inspiration? No, I don't have inspiration.
Because bare minimum, you need a 14 if it was because obviously anything through your level, like you'd automatically do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you instantly feel the you feel like the effect might work, but it is such a powerful effect that you just instantly rebuffed.
Yeah.
Edmund, you cast it on Edmund, right?
I did.
Edmund, I want you to give me an intelligence saving throw.
Finally.
The rarest of saving throws.
Yeah, even with a +9, I only got 16.
Yeah. We're not rolling too
Okay.
tonight so far.
Do you have a range attack available? Or actually, what would your... what is your go-to attack? Like if you just had a quick attack to give out, what would you do?
I would do the green flame blade for melee. Or did you want ranged?
If you were being attacked by somebody, or you feel like somebody was attacking you at range, how would you respond?
Then I would... You mean to attack them back? I would thorn whip them.
Okay.
Okay.
So Edmund, without controlling your actions, you feel your body doing this. You turn around and try to thorn whip Valravn. I'll let you go ahead and make the roll for it.
Lord.
22.
That'll hit.
All right, Valravn, you take 8 piercing damage, and you get pulled 10 feet closer, and you feel you are close, but not quite close enough to feel the effects.
Oh boy. So I'm like, okay.
And then nothing else happened. And the weird thing is, Edmund has maintained like this creepily vacant expression. It was like just
Like
this
he just
So just
autumn.
his arm whipped out.
Yes.
And he just didn't.
Yeah, almost
okay.
like just like a marionette, just whipped around, like whipped you out, and then just left you there.
All right. Robin puts his hands up and slowly backs away.
That's fun.
At this point, I feel safe in saying that this whole area over here is fucked. We probably shouldn't even approach it. My suggestion, and from what I can tell, like this sheet of ice up here doesn't go anywhere, right? Like it's just there's a sheet of ice with tentacles behind it that we can barely see.
Yep.
But then there's a path to the south, right?
Correct.
Okay. My advice is we recruit one of our party selves, boost their resistances to such terrible magics, and charge them with dragging our two fellow teammates out of the range, the area of this terrible effects. I don't believe us getting any closer to this ice wall is going to serve anyone except whatever the creature is behind it. So, who's got the highest wisdom?
Yeah, Mullen says, that sounds like a plan. Fortunate, it looks like that's where we need to go. We're to continue down this path.
Yes, we'll have to make it around this corner. Yes.
She says, I'm all right when it comes to mental fortitude. Don't know how strong one needs to be. No offense to your barbarian, but probably not the most wise. Edmund has me more concerned that he was subdued.
How wise are you, Thimbleweed?
Yeah.
Get by.
Get by?
I
Okay.
get by.
If I empowered your wisdom, would you feel comfortable going in there and dragging those two out of the area?
We'll get by.
Okay. Okay, great. All right, I'm gonna do.
Or not.
Yeah, or you'll get stuck too. Moravin has an item that rarely comes up. We rarely have these like skill checks that like take a while and aren't just immediate things. He has a wand of alteration. And I can use it to cast the enhance ability spell, which I have to look it up. But I think lets me give somebody better of something in their stats. These are checks. I don't know. Are checks? If it says advantage on wisdom checks, that's not saving throws, though, right?
Technically, it's not saves, yeah.
Those are different words.
Those are different words.
Different words.
Okay, actually, you know what? The other thing, too, though, you were going to let me try to, like, parse out if I could tell what kind of magic this is, or
Yeah.
what spell it is, or what
Sure.
effect it's causing. Do I need, would you say that was an arcana?
Yeah, give me an arcana check.
I'm actually not great at that, but that's, well, I'm good at that, actually. But, 16?
Yeah, you're, like I said, your detect magic has seen enchantment, and you know there are enchantment spells or spell-like effects that can completely stun people, or in some cases completely control them. And this could be that effect, and maybe they're just not being, actively puppeted the whole time, which is almost more scary to you. You would also know that this kind of effect, unless it's something you're completely familiar with, would have a time limit. Unfortunately, that time limit is usually like an hour.
Right. All right. Well, let me just do a Hail Mary thing. I try real quick. 'Cause
Ooh.
I've got plenty of level 2 spell slots. Weirdly enough, he is going to read some words about, just in case this is a charm effect. You can suppress any target, any effect causing a target to be charmed or frightened. That's the one I'll focus on.
When a 24 hits for center point you choose within range, must make a charisma saving throw. A creature can choose to fail the saving throw. Wishes if a creature fails the saving throw, choose one of the following 2 effects. Oh, so they have to actually make a save for it.
They do. Although, yeah, I mean, they could choose to fail, but like you said, like I don't know if they're able to.
They're not
choose
in
to do anything
control.
right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. You feel like this may be another workable solution, but they do have to make charisma saves because whatever's controlling them would certainly not want this effect to happen.
Right.
So, I need Frey and Edmund to give me charisma saves with a DC of 17.
Jesus.
Oh.
Hey, this is good for you. This is me
Naturally, they're like,
out
"Oh,
of-
I can't make that." You're like, "Yes, this is good."
Ooh, that was
Close.
I would have been laughed out loud if Edmund was like, "Yes." Screw you, Paul Robin. No calming of my dominated emotions.
Can I use my inspiration and try and roll that again?
No. All right. Now here's.
I can't.
No.
You're not in control, right? Like,
You're not in
Yeah.
you're not in control. I'm letting you roll it, but no.
Ah,
All right, Valrobin, what you see is you cast this spell, and it's like a veil has been lifted. Instantly, Frey and Edmund, you kind of blink your eyes and rock out of it and feel like that effect has briefly lifted from you, and then you hear a terrible crooning sound coming from this wall, and Valin turns and says, "Did that work? Let's go!"
Yes, we should all run to the south, I believe.
Break down the wall.
Release
think we want to
we
fight.
must release my new master.
Do we think we can hug this wall and not trigger the thing?
I am gonna ask, when you walk through, so the calm emotions. Well, here's the interesting thing: when you cast the spell, you can do it on a 20-foot radius sphere in a point you choose.
Mm-hmm.
You can suppress any effect causing when the spell. You can make a target different creature.
so
Or
you
is it-
should target it to one of us, and then as we move, it.
Well, I'm
just
trying to
moves
see
with
if
us.
it prevents it from happening, or if it just.
Well, that's the problem. I don't think it does. I think
Okay.
it suppresses an existing effect.
Okay. That could be problematic then. So
well,
right now you.
if I feel like I'm not gonna be able to make it past this little bend without triggering the thing, like I was able to stand here and not.
Yeah, you
trigger
were,
it.
you were.
But I don't feel like I could actually go like here without triggering it.
I'm just gonna rule for the sake of simplicity that when you cast the spell, it creates kind of an aura of suppression right here in a
Okay.
very small 20-foot radius. That's actually huge.
Yeah.
You feel like that area has like suppressed the charm and whatever else it was suppressing. Charm and frightened conditions.
Frightened. Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, you kind of create like a little bubble right there, even though I understand that's not exactly how that spell works.
It's also got the like make people indifferent to you thing, but that's yeah.
You don't think whatever's doing this is people.
That's true. Yeah. That's
You have a slight inkling about that. So anyway, as I was saying, you hear this terrible like careening sound coming from the wall as Frey and Edmund, you all snap back. But I'm going to want both of you to give me intelligence saving throws, please.
Before we get foobarred again.
Not necessarily.
Man, Edmund, you
Terrible.
hit +9. Just
Yeah.
Ah, I did one better with a -1.
If that's weird. A +9 got a 14 and the -1 got the 15. All right, Edmund, unfortunately, I'm going to need you to roll on the Cave Madness table as the effects of having some eldritch mind slither around your brain has left. It's a psychic haunting is what it is, I think. Or no, what is it called?
There's something called
Yeah.
psychic hunting.
yeah. we
Is
got
it?
one of
Did I call it
those.
psychic haunting? Okay. Yeah, click on that one. It's been a while since we did that.
You must get escape.
You must get escape. I wrote that like an old fucking like Japanese video game.
Master's using it, and you can have it.
All our base are belong to us. Well, I'm not changing it now. That's fucking funny.
You must get
I must have partially copied that from something else.
Yeah,
You must get escape. You have the
There are
frightened.
So many,
well,
so
this...
many commas in this sentence.
All right. This one was clearly not went through the Q&A process.
You have the frightened condition, comma, and must move away from this room as far as your speed will allow,
that one's unnecessary.
comma, through randomly chosen exits, comma,
Comma.
until the original room is no longer in sight.
I don't think you needed half those commas, but
I
okay.
don't think so. I'm gonna have to fire an underwriter for that one. Well, here's the funny thing is, doesn't your calm emotion actually suppress that? It does. So normally your cave madness would give you the frightened condition and make you take off running, but the calm emotion spell, as again I'm ruling it, is creating kind of a zone of specifically anti-charm and frighten. So that actually kind of snaps you out of it.
That may be the way this spell's supposed to work. I can look it up.
Yeah.
Well, that's gonna last. The caveman lasts for an hour, while his lasts for a minute. So
That's yeah.
after a minute, I'm gonna start bolting.
That's true. You might have to hang on to him once he leaves the room. Well, it just says until the original room is no longer in sight. So I think that one, like most of the effects last for an hour, but that one specifically kind of works like the fear spell, where you can, as long as you're outside of the normal room, I think it would end. Clearly, that one madness needed some more workshopping. But your calm emotions only last for a minute, so you gotta fucking decide now.
Yeah, we're running to the south, right? We're getting out of here. Yes, and Moravin will say as such.
Okay.
Whatever that thing is, it seems rather angry at us, depriving it of its puppets. We ought to,
I'm playing with the new door feature on Roll20, which is how I'm able to open and close.
open and close the door.
Is that cool on your end? I don't know.
I mean, we can see it popping in and out.
Okay, okay. Yeah, it's. I just pushed like a button, like a slider button, to make that happen. So it's pretty nifty.
Nice.
I had an excuse to make a door in my giant ice cave.
So do I have control of my own person again?
Yes, you have control of your own person, and you stave off any madness effects. And everybody's suggesting you haul ass to the south, away from that frightening wall.
All right. Well, now we're in another choose your own adventure section.
Yep. You enter another crossroads of tunnels branching off in different directions. This one to the west seems to have just a bunch of almost polished walls at different angles, creating like a distorting mirror effect that's pretty disturbing. And then to the south, you can see some debris, which looks kind of stone or metallic in nature. And you see another tunnel branching off to the east, and then the west cavern leads further to the west. All kinds of options.
Oh boy. I didn't realize this place was so big.
Yeah.
Where are we going?
It says anywhere but back towards the thing.
There's already two things we've three things we've run away from in this
That you've confirmed, like, nope, we're not doing this.
Well, we can split the party. So let's go over there. Robin will take a look at the mirror room.
You could indeed. I'm always in favor of that. All right, well, Robin's heading to the mirror cavern. What's everybody else doing?
Go with him into the cavern.
Okay.
Kind of thinking I'm gonna keep going south.
Okay.
Or that rebel. We'll meet up again. I'm sure.
Yep.
We'll meet up again. Yeah, when you go south, you see a smaller southern cavern filled with rubble, and then another tunnel heading towards the east.
Edmund was gonna keep an eye on Frey, but when he saw the crossroads, he changed his mind.
Split the party even further. Okay, you can head to the east.
Then
We'll
why don't you keep an eye on Frey? Just make sure she doesn't wander into any cannibal caves.
Oh, great. So I'll be the one with the head on the stick when she comes back as a Claude Ferocious. Hi, dear. How are you?
I've been able to hear you this entire freaking time.
Well, it's not like I can easily sidebar over here. Look, I'm glad you're feeling yourself, but perhaps some prudence required. For Team A in the Mirrored Cavern, you look at all these different reflections in the walls, and Valrobin, you stare at one, and you see your flesh start to crust and blacken, and worms and maggots crawl out of your ears and nose and mouth. Then you see this exact same thing, but it's like a bug, so it's just your whole exoskeleton's like cracking and peeling in places like a shrimp, just peeling away from your skin. And I need you all to give me wisdom saving throws.
He reproduces. This is his natural life cycle.
Right at home.
Oh, it's time to molt, I guess, guys. Excuse me a second.
What do we need? Wisdom saves?
Wisdom saves, please.
Oh, there's so many fucking wisdom saves.
So many wisdom saves. It's the cave of wisdom saves.
Yeah. That's right. All right. Lucky's roll 16.
Somebody roll for Celeste, too, because she's technically with you guys, I assume.
Yeah.
Alrighty, Thimbleweed, you feel very much haunted by this psychic madness, and I would like for you to roll on that lovely cave madness table.
I'm not ready to be a father.
If he takes off running, somebody better be tackling him quick if he goes back up to that fucking ice fucking room.
Where is it?
You don't want to get escape.
Psychic haunting. It's one of the macros.
Yeah, macro. It's called Psychic Haunting.
What is map info macro?
How do I enable that?
It's on the top bar, the 3 dots with the 3 lines.
It should be in a similar place where you'd roll the MVPC pool, I think. You experience vivid hallucinations and have disadvantage on ability checks for the next hour.
Well, that's not great.
That's not great. Hallucinations of
your skin peeling off, I guess.
Yeah, great. Okay.
Frey, you enter a smaller cavern that nonetheless still has pieces of ancient stone jutting from the walls and ceiling, and chunks of polished black ice litter the ground. And even without any formal training, you recognize pieces of raw charlatan on the ground.
She doesn't care.
Went the wrong way.
Yeah.
Edmund.
She looks to see if there's other ways in and out of this cavern. If not, she double backs.
Yeah, it appears to be a dead end.
Okay.
Edmund, on the floor in the middle of this 15-foot high cave is an 8-foot cube of smooth grayish-green stone that is free of frost.
Can I inspect it some more?
Touch it. Touch it. Touch it.
Sure, you can inspect it.
It's free of frost. What did you say? A 15-foot cube?
No, it's a 15-foot high cave and an 8-foot cube.
An 8? Like 8 foot by 8 foot by 8 foot?
Yes.
Or 8 cubic feet.
What's the difference?
8 cubic feet would be 2 by 2 by 2.
What does... Okay.
Basically, how big is it? Like, can I pick it up, or is it bigger than me?
It's
Raymond, he's not
bigger...
good with spatial acuity.
No, I'm really
or
not.
math. So
it's
big,
like
big
like the size of a couch.
Big.
So it's something you would.
It's 8 feet. It's an 8-foot cube.
It's something you would scooch and not pick up. You would. It's labeled. The box label is like pick up with assistance, like assist lift or whatever they say. Yeah.
One of those images of 2 people on either
Yeah.
side.
I'd like to look at it to see if there's any sort of notch or any imperfections or anything like that.
Sure.
Investigation.
Please. Ooh, very nice.
Much better.
Wow.
He like walks around, peers at it. Doesn't touch it yet though.
Okay. It looks very, very like a carbon copy of the one that you saw earlier. That this was sessions ago, but where you could activate it and like cast the arcane eye spell.
Oh, then yeah, I touch it.
Okay, you don't see any written stuff on this one. It's just kind of smooth, but
He like runs his hand across. Once he inspects it and realizes it's kind of the same one, he's like,
sure. As soon as you reach out and touch it, your hand sticks to it.
Interesting.
And teeth and pseudopods begin to emerge
Wait, what?
from this mimic creature. And I am going to ask for you all to give me some initiative.
That looks like a treasure chest.
And while you're doing
Like a good
that,
thing.
I am going to thank our sponsors for this episode. In a jiff. Hey everyone, Eric Watson here, and with this sponsored ad, I'm going to tell you about an exciting 5e adventure coming soon to Kickstarter, Escape from Undergarden, designed by JVC Perry with Benoit de Bernardi. Perry, as you may recall, is one of my favorite 5e adventure designers and has previously successfully funded 5e adventures The Isle of the Dreaded Accursed and Shadow Under Hardflint Hall on Kickstarter. Escape from Undergarden is a level 5 through 8 adventure designed for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition that features over 50 pages of professional design, commissioned original artwork, and full color battle maps. It's a good-looking adventure, but more importantly, it's a well-designed adventure that reminds me of the gold standard for 5e adventures, The Lost Mind of Phandalin, in that it's centered around a small town with a big problem. A missing person sends the party into the surrounding woods, where a zealous group of druids imprisons trespassers within a verdant demiplane known as Undergarden. Undergarden is a miniature hex crawl, and escaping the demiplane is far harder than entering. Our heroes must solve puzzles, survive encounters, and explore several locations, such as a bear cave, a dragon's towering lair, and a miniature fairy's burrow, as they collect the seasonal keys needed to escape. Undergarden possesses a unique feature where the players can switch between the 4 seasons, which in turn alters the environment and encounters at every area and provides interesting advantages or disadvantages to combat and social encounters, or clues and solutions to puzzles. Escape from Undergarden will launch on Kickstarter on February 7th. You can follow the link in my show notes to get notified when it goes live, and look for my review at the same time. All right. You to JVC Perry for sponsoring this episode, as Edmund has stumbled into a surprise mimic attack, which is very clearly going to be a surprise round. Do we have Celeste on the board?
I thought I did her, but maybe
Put
not.
Nolan on the board.
Listed there.
Yeah, so she's there.
Okay. Sure.
Oh, that's a terrible looking mimic. That does not look like a normal mimic.
It does not. It appears to be much larger.
Oh.
Metagaming wise, I don't know if your character's actually seen a mimic in the flesh,
sure.
but
I don't know.
metagaming
Yeah,
wise,
it's
you are
different.
correct. It is a larger mimic.
That's cool mimic photo.
Yeah. But Edmund, you are currently grappled by this creature just by touching it, and it is definitely going to get a surprise round on you. And it is going to attempt to do its multi-attack, I guess. So grapple doesn't actually restrain. I don't think that
Right, it's different condition.
affords any. I think it's just you can't move.
Right. I think so, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Which you'd think you'd be in worse shape being grappled by this thing. All right, so not advantage, just regular attack. Well, actually, a surprise attack, I am going to give it advantage for that, because that's essentially like giving you a stealth ambush. So for the purposes of just this first round, it will get advantage on that, because you are literally pretty shocked by that. And even with your excellent investigation, its mimicry was super good at mimicking its object.
Now, could I argue you only get advantage on the first attack, and then I'm like, I know what's up.
He could try, but he never lets me get away with that
What would you
shit.
give us? I guess that's the question. Like, what do we get whenever we surprise?
Yeah, I feel like you'd get advantage on all your attacks if I did that.
On all the
So
attacks?
I think so.
Okay.
But it was a good effort.
Chris makes note of that.
Chris makes a note of that. Yep. You guys rarely ambush anybody. That's the
That's
problem.
true.
You're
No,
not
we
really
don't-
the
we don't
ambushing
do it very
party.
often, yeah.
Yeah.
But now we will.
Now seeing the effects, I should switch to the thing. What is your AC, my friend?
18.
Wow. All right, so that one misses.
Wait, we can't see it?
Yeah, we're not seeing.
Oh
anything.
no, it's whispering. No.
I mean,
Damn
if
it.
misses,
Sorry.
fine.
That was not meant to whisper. Oh yeah, it was set to all the for whisper rolls. Sorry. The first one I rolled a. Obviously, people can see this on the chat. The first one was a miss. I rolled a 16. The second one was a hit. I rolled a 19.
Yeah, please keep him honest if that's not the case.
Yep. You can
Let
keep
us
me.
know,
Like,
and
literally,
I'm-
it is very hard for me to cheat because it is all on the record. For 15
Goes on my
bludgeoning
temp.
damage,
10 hit points.
I rolled max damage on that too.
Ooh,
And then
boy.
it tries
Oh, yeah, 10 hit
to
points are gone. Yeah.
bite you with some acidic maw that opens up.
Oh Lord, he didn't need the advantage.
Nope.
Not on that one, yeah. For 13 piercing and 6 acid damage for a total of 19 damage. Turn on the battle stick. Something to attack that's not Freydigo. Alright, so that was the surprise round. Damn it, I rolled so bad on initiative too. Gotta have that surprise. So Edmund is currently stuck to this thing, grappled, just by its like Velcro, sticky, mucusy, I don't know what to describe it as, mimic body. That is now, it's this stone slab that has suddenly just sprouted these tentacles and a giant mouthy maw. Thimbleweed, you maybe hear the sounds of grunting in the distant cave. I don't know if Edmund gives
I
off a
like
yell.
them grunts.
Sounds like a good time.
I believe something might be happening.
You hear man go, oh, what is this? Mimicry.
Mimicry.
I
Sounds
do
like
not
it.
care for the things coming out of my carapace.
It's not real, my friend. I know I can't convince you, but it's all in your head.
You are incorrect. All right, I will.
Oh,
start
you're right. Sorry, chat. That's what I was missing. The Mimic has advantage on attack rolls against any creature grappled by it. So weird. I don't know why it doesn't just restrain then. It's like they had to add another rule. Like there's a
Yeah.
condition that specifically gives you
No,
advantage.
it says
It's called restrained.
restraint does other stuff too. Well, yeah, I don't know.
I guess that's true, but yeah, so sorry. Yeah, I did have advantage because of the grapple, so there you go. Alright, sorry, please continue. Should have looked closer at this creature.
Yeah, I guess I'll start going towards the grunting.
I go
And
towards the
there's a party
grunting.
involved.
Still a little bit shaken from your mirror molting experience.
Yeah. I'll ask. Was her name Valen? What is
What's her
happening?
Edmund went down to inspect something and I heard yelling in pain, so nothing good, I presume. I'm sure
Speed.
something terrible in the ice or walls came crashing down.
What else could there be in this?
Things flew down. Yeah, she's just so cynical about it now.
Do I have anything coming out of my carapace?
Oh,
How do I look?
I am not a medical professional.
Very well.
Frey, you react pretty early to this creature, which has its focus on Edmund, but is aware of some other things around.
Oh, and you could dash too, couldn't you? That was only your movement right there.
That's true.
I forgot about dashing.
Yeah.
I'll dash.
The only way to get further, turn on the
Wait, I
jets.
thought- Crap. Where is it coming from?
I've turned around, fellas. Valen gestures towards this east cave vaguely.
Oh.
There's nothing down here. It's just a bunch of that. Oh, Shadowland, of course. That's good.
No.
Do I have? Here we go.
All right.
There it is. Oh, it's
Is that me?
that's right.
That's
It
the
was
horrible
you.
image you saw in the mirror.
Yeah.
Every morning, all teeth
Tentacles.
Yep.
and tentacles.
Teeth and tentacles.
Is it my turn?
Yes.
Okay. Hmm. I don't know if I want to touch this thing.
It's good. Yeah. Good instinct.
Yeah.
It's generally good instinct in D&D world, I feel like. I don't know if I want to touch this thing.
Gross. I don't want to.
Hmm. Well.
Yeah, I'm a necromancer, not a doctor. If you were a skeleton, that would be different.
Yes. of
Damn it,
course.
Jim. I'm a barbarian, not a doctor. And
Not
screw it.
sh- I'm not sure what special ability it's giving me, but I don't like it.
Yeah, you think you've still activated the stone. This one just turns into biting things and tentacles. I don't like
What
this one.
tourist would want
What
this?
tourist would want this?
I appreciate the hug, but it kind of hurts.
Last one gave me a little eyeball to look around with.
So I'm just gonna attack recklessly. I'm not gonna rage right now.
Okay.
It's picking on Edmund and not me, so I don't care. 32?
Oh boy, Frey's first
Damn.
attack as Frey in like 4 weeks
Mm-hmm.
is a monster crit.
Oh, and here's the best part. I have brutal critical now,
Oh,
so I
boy.
get to roll an extra weapon damage die when determining extra damage for a critical hit.
I
So
wish I had
it's
a s-
everything plus an extra damage die.
I need like a graphic or a soundboard. It's like brutal critical with like bouncy letters.
Alright, so it's 11 plus 2, and then I have to roll another 1d10.
It'll go in the cauldron though.
Oh boy.
Hang on, does Lucky work for this?
This is. I oversold the
No.
brutal critical.
Yeah,
Uh,
you rolled a critical, then you rolled a 1, a 2, and a 3
Oh
as your
my
attack
goodness.
rolls.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it,
About
roll.
right.
On a critical fail, it could be like she goes in for a hug and it's friendical.
A
Mhm.
friendical.
That's right.
That might be one
Uh.
of the worst brutal crits we've seen.
Yeah. You had to oversell it by going brutal.
I
critical.
did oversell it. 11
Brutally
for 14
weak.
for 14 damage. I feel like you do more than that
Yeah.
on a normal attack.
Brutally
However,
disappointing.
that does still count as a crit, so that does still count as massive damage, which can be big.
Yeah.
I'm
Sure.
sorry, Dad. Wait.
So roll your
Uh,
massive damage. No, that's fine.
It seems pretty hardy though. It squeals a little bit.
It's plus 3, so that makes it better.
How about a 21 to hit it this time?
There.
Yeah, 21 will hit for sure.
Or 14.
Is it
See?
just me,
The same damage.
is anybody else seeing her attacks look weird?
They don't
Yeah,
say
it looks
what
different.
kind of damage they are. I think that's what looks weird.
Oh, well, that and her, like, the description of what the attack is under the attack rolls.
Yeah, I
in
noticed
like a
something.
little
I don't know if
bubble.
something updated or what. It didn't used to be like that.
Yeah, I've never seen that before.
Huh.
Yeah, that's weird. I'll see what I can do. Maybe something got
I-
flubbed in
maybe,
the
maybe
latest
it's all of
update.
us. I haven't seen any attack rolls.
Yeah, we haven't seen.
Besides you, we haven't seen any, like, just normal attacks.
That does do a pretty good amount of damage. That thing is still. It looks pretty hardy and pretty large though.
Yeah, I tried.
Mm-hmm. That's a good
It
damage.
is squealing in rage. Well, Robin,
Brown doesn't want to run all the way in there.
you guys got this, right?
It's a long way in there. I'm gonna see if he's got any sort of stuff he can help other people with. You know what? Enhanced ability lasts for a while, so let's do that. He will use the what's it called? Wand of Alteration to cast enhance ability on the only person he can see, which is Celeste. And he will do the Constitution one, Bear's Endurance. Which I can paste in here. So he's going to give her 2d6 temporary hit points. And Striker has advantage on Constitution checks.
We'll gently remind you that temporary hit points do not stack if she already has the ones from Song of Rest.
I did not remember that.
Yeah.
In fact.
They just
I
replace.
did not remember that.
Well, Robin
yeah.
lost his, but I don't think you can get to him.
That's,
Or not Paul Robin, Edmund.
Edmund, yep. Well, this isn't going to be terribly helpful then. He'll give her bull strength. Maybe that'll come in handy. Advantage on strength checks and double her carrying capacity.
Okay.
And then he will also, as he is doing that, he will write some words of inspiration for Celeste as she left the green elf in the mirror cave because he could not be bothered to run all the way across the map. She instead felt emboldened to advance. And that will be... Well, actually, he'll advance a little bit. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah. Yep.
All right. Valen will come around the corner and yell out, Edmund! Is something else trying to eat you?
No, I just haven't figured out how to get this ride to go forward. I think it's a mount of some sort, but it's
Sure how that works exactly?
a bit nippy.
Yeah, she does not want to touch that thing either.
Maybe beat it around a little bit, it'll submit.
Yep. She'll do some chill touch.
Shield it. Oh, that one's got the weird thing too. So it must be just in something.
Oh,
we
maybe,
updated.
yeah. Unfortunately, 11 is not gonna hit it. Damn it! The one time I could actually do damage to something. Celeste. Back up. There's super speed. Controlled by Chris.
Yes, thank you. Celeste. Speed of 60.
I guess they highlighted where you can click on stuff in the chat box.
She actually can't quite make it fully in here, but she can make it this far with her movement.
Wow, yeah.
Dashing past everyone. And she can actually see the creature, so she could just do range attacks. So she'll do that from where she's standing.
Yeah. I feel like that's her monk's specialty, is being able to do it range attacks.
Range if she needs. Yeah, exactly. But Radiant Sunbolt. So she'd do some Radiant Sunbolting. 18. Will that hit?
Yes.
For 10 Radiant damage. Another.
10 will
10's
not.
Probably not gonna hit.
No.
Alright. Another.
Gain will.
19. And she'll actually use a key point. She gets them all back on her short rest, as it
Yeah.
turns out.
Yeah,
I didn't
might as
realize
well.
that.
18. Alright, you're rolling pretty solid.
For 7 more.
Yeah,
Alright,
just all these blasts of light come rocking into the creature.
Yeah.
Still up, but it's looking very heavily wounded at this point. But it has nowhere to go. All right. It's still grappling Edmund, so it will still attempt to attack Edmund with advantage. The grapple. Go with the pseudopod. That's a crit for the old DM skis. What kind of dice can I get out of my crit?
Ooh, about as
Yeah.
good as me.
Yeah. Rolled a 3 and a 7. Not
3
bad.
and
That's for
7,
15
yeah.
total damage. One attack. Second pseudopod coming in hot for 19 for 12 damage.
This is all Edmund, right?
This is all
It's just
Edmund.
Focused on Edmund? Okay.
Yeah, because it has advantage when it's grappling.
Yeah.
And then it will attempt to bite at you, Edmund. Ah, I think 17 doesn't hit, though.
Correct. That one misses.
And then it turns around and attempts to spit acid at one of its assailants.
What?
I think only Frey and Celeste struck it, right? So it's going to token fate between Frey and Celeste. I don't think Thimbleweed actually attacked it.
Just me.
All right, Frey, I need it hawks a loogie at you. And I need a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, shit.
Ouch.
I rolled pretty good damage on that one. 96 plus 1, I rolled a 37 acid damage.
2 1s and 3 6s. That's a weird.
Is that what makes the blue effect? You make both red and green?
Yeah, I think so.
The dice give it, then I guess it averages
That's right,
mostly.
Yeah. Ooh, nice. Okay.
Nice. You're able to dodge. You do take half damage on a failed save.
So 18.
Yeah.
There goes my 10 hit points.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's the first damage I've taken in 3 weeks.
Wow. This is a little bit of sizzle. Alright, Edmund. This creature is heavily damaged, but you've seen it flail out and obviously take huge chunks out of you, and you are currently still grappled.
Is it on top of me? How's it grappling?
It is not on top of you. It's like you're kind of glued to it, which functionally means you have the grappled condition and you can make a strength check to, in fact, I think I posted it earlier, so I don't mind just posting it now. However, with this unique form of the mimic, you actually have disadvantage to try to escape. It's a strength check if you want to try to, it's an action to escape it. Otherwise, you can still do all your stuff. Your movement is 0.
Edmund points his arm cannon straight up into the thing's face, and his beam cannon starts to charge.
Jesus.
Namely because he's the end of the turn.
It's true.
Yeah, I will allow you to aim it
knows?
without hitting your friends, because you could
Like right up its mouth.
point. Yeah, that's actually pretty cool. I think this is one you have a number of these per long rest. Is that right?
Yep. I have one more after this.
All right, you fucking put that arm cannon right up into its mouth and charge it up once again. I don't know how you fucking do this. You're at the end of the initiative, so the cannon immediately goes off.
I wait for it.
Yeah.
And he takes 25.
So he does get a dex save technically, but I'm gonna give him. I'm gonna give it disadvantage because I just like the flavor of you like right there in his mouth.
Because Edmund is inside of him.
It is inside of him. Disadvantage dex save. Doesn't need the disadvantage.
That's
Rolled
about
terribly.
Right. That's about right.
Yep, and takes 25 lightning damage. Edmund, in one of the coolest kills we've seen in this campaign, how do you destroy this creature?
Explodes, and you see Edmund emerge from behind the mimic.
Just chunks raining down.
Lightning just shoots outwards.
Yeah. The rest of you probably thought this thing just exploded. Like, Edmund, no! As Villain cries out, Edmund!
Well, that's what it does.
Dear
It
God.
someone that explodes.
Yeah. Oh, it's exploding mimics, no!
Heard grunting.
I'll be curious how damaged he was on my turn.
Without even waiting for Frostlight chat, I will say he had low 20s hit points, so you did just about perfect taking him out.
Okay.
So you didn't like necessarily overkill him, actually. But everybody did a good amount of damage to him that round. And Edmund, you get a point of inspiration for the badass kill.
Thank you. Ugh. What a fake. This was supposed to give me some powers of some sort, but now
Yeah, obviously the
it's
stone.
hurting a bit.
Yeah, it's not there anymore. It was just the mimic. It was dead.
He does touch it again though, just in case.
It still has a weird, like, gooey,
You
sticky
sure?
effect, but obviously there's nothing happening now. It's pretty
Yeah.
gross. You all right?
Yes, it was just a trap laid here. Makes me think we're getting close if someone's trying to stop us from discovering this ancient city, maybe.
Or he just pushes past everybody and just starts mumbling about freaking dead ends.
At least you didn't get mind controlled this time, and there was something to attack.
Looks. Wait a minute. Is that Chardolin?
No,
It
it's
is
just
Chardolin.
next
Edmund, would you like to go in there and make an investigation check to
He
search
runs
for
in.
some usable pieces?
And meanwhile, the Robin will also stop Frey. Like, my dear, you don't want to go in there right
Well,
now.
Robin loses an arm.
We just turn around and see Edmund laying on the floor just licking rocks.
Rolling around in the Chardolin. I did get a 14 investigation.
Okay. Please give me a 1d4 plus 1.
Oh, +1. All right.
So, okay. You find
3.
3 pieces of raw Chardolin that you can use. But Robin, when you see these mirrored things, you feel like whatever effect had done against you, you think wouldn't happen again so soon, if that makes sense?
Yeah, all right.
Because that would just be bullshit.
In and out of the room every time you come.
Every time you come back and forth. I only do that once, and that was with that experience earlier.
Right. Just in case, Varun will try to use this ability. Start a performance that lasts until the end of your next turn. During that time, you and any... Well, I guess...
Hey, that would have been really good against the fucking thing
I
earlier.
mean, I didn't know that it was a charm effect at the time.
That's fair.
I thought it was... I didn't know what it was until like
That's
halfway through the
fair.
whole
That's
thing.
fair.
Yeah.
But that one doesn't
Anybody
cost
has-
you anything, right?
It doesn't. It doesn't.
Yeah.
It's just a thing I can do.
Yeah.
It rarely comes up where I know ahead of time we're gonna have to make a check against
Yeah, that's true.
Charm of Frighten, but
And yet it would have hilariously come in really handy throughout this dungeon.
yes. But not only so, it's kind of a bad ability because not only do you have to know ahead of time, it's like you have to know like 10 seconds ahead of time.
Oh,
You can't
'cause
like
it's
set
Last
it
till the end of your
and-
turn. Yeah, so it's supposed to be like
Yeah.
during combat and not,
during combat. So yeah,
And it's your action. Yeah, I can see that.
it's not terribly functional. But if Frey's about to walk into this room, I can do it to Frey.
Yeah, I'm
Please.
totally walking in.
As basically a warning of what she's about to see.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is actually a charm or frighten effect or not. but-
It's still disturbing, but you don't see the like really horrifying like psychic haunting effects like you did a second ago. Just it's like going through a fun house.
These look
And
like actual
Yeah.
mirrors.
You get the fun version of
they're not actual mirrors. They're just really polished, reflective walls in various angles that give off kind of a distorted effect, as if you were walking through a house of
So
mirrors.
I'd like to take my axe and just scratch it along the wall.
It gives off a horrifying sound of nails on a chalkboard. It's like, but it feels very satisfying, I'm sure.
I thought you just said these was something to be afraid of. What the hell?
I asked Thimbleweed what he's seeing at the moment. He can tell you. It's unsettling at the very least.
Unsettling.
I'm disappointed, honestly, that you don't have to deal with it.
You see a slight fork, or I guess a Y in the right. It's a fork in the road. That goes a tunnel that kind of turns to the north and then goes to the south.
North and south.
North and south.
Let's go south first.
We'll go north first.
Split the party again.
Worked so well last time.
Damn it, am I still watching Ray?
I'm stuck in a wall. Sorry, I was trying to move 2 characters and it let me stick Valravn in a wall.
Well, Robin is never seen from again.
Ooh, I found trees.
Yep.
What?
All right, we'll do Frey, this team first. You guys are constantly splitting. I love it.
Well, you keep giving us 2 paths to investigate.
We can't just take one path. That's crazy. Take all the paths at once.
There's like 6 of us.
You literally have a creature that's hunting you every time you're separated, and we're constantly splitting up. I love it.
What's
should do
the
more.
range? What's the range of Thimbleweed's telepathy?
That's a good question, actually. Is
Earn
it-
20?
Wow. Range.
I don't know. Let me
You
see.
keep everybody appraised.
That was a good guess.
It is.
Nice.
I guessed correctly.
That's right.
Frey, a group of frost-covered trees fills this 50-foot high cavern, the floor of which is a mixture of earth and ice. By some magic or miracle, the trees are alive, their canopies thick with frosty leaves, their branches bearing purple pears that hang like ornaments. A low wall broken in several places threads its way through the grove.
Does this feel familiar based on images that I was shown by Oral?
Not particularly.
Okay.
But you do feel like you're still heading in the right direction based on that kind of supernatural input you had.
Are you hungry, Frey? You want some pears?
Do not take from the Frostmaiden's forest.
Edmund's already like flying up on his winged boots.
Forbidden fruit? There's no laws about that.
Get down.
Oh, okay. She looks serious enough.
Valen whispers, you know, the last thing that you touched tried to eat you.
Yeah, but this is a small pear. Imagine a pear trying to eat me.
I am imagining it. I'm sure that could happen here. Well, maybe the tree eats you. I don't know. Everything here is trying to kill us.
If you don't grow a spine, I'm going to kill you.
I'm just being cautious.
Grow a freaking spine already.
All right. Frey doesn't get to talk right now.
Yes, not all of us transform into were-beasts and handle whatever happening. You also find a tunnel that looks suspiciously like a borehole, but this one seems to be going up into the ground. And then another tunnels that go throughout this area, but we're going to rush back to the other team for a moment.
Tunnel. So, like that?
It's an upstairs tunnel.
Yeah, not an upstairs tunnel. Not a downstairs tunnel.
No. I've already seen those. Valravn and Thimbleweed, this U-shaped cavern appears empty, but a faint tapping sound draws your attention to the west wall. Trapped behind a wall of ice is a black-robed humanoid figure with bright blue skin.
It's the real villain.
That's interesting.
Dylan, come here for a second.
We don't recognize someone with blue skin, though, right?
Not to your
We haven't
knowledge.
seen anyone like that?
Haven't seen anybody like that.
Hello there, creature in the ice. How do you do?
You get no response, and you're trying to even see if this thing can move at all, and then you see just the very smallest little, like a finger twitch. Just tick, tick, tick.
So it's like a 3-dimensional being frozen in the ice. Like
That's what you can tell, yeah.
Thimbleweed, do we have a way of freeing this creature? It's humanoid, right? Like it's a humanoid being, but it's blue skinned.
Yes.
Does it look friendly?
Do you possess fireball?
It doesn't have... looking at it, it looks like it only has robes and no weapons, I'll say that.
Perfect. That's what, all eldritch were.
All friendly people wear robes.
I have a burning hand scroll. Use that to
Yeah, Celeste has her burning hands abilities. We try to melt the ice, but
I've got a flame skull bag of holding.
The flame skull.
we could. I'm sure this frozen person would appreciate that. Just flame skulls.
Look, we
We'll
can
have
get
him
you
duke it out.
out, but we'll have to go
Isn't it-
then find something to kill the flame skull.
That's right.
If the burning lasts more than an hour, go see your doctor.
Yep.
Creature that kills the flame skull, they'll probably die out in the winter.
Exactly.
Yeah, we can try to chip away at the ice or melt the ice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's chip it around his mouth so we can see if he's friendly or not first
That's
before we free the rest of them.
Are we able to chip with the ice? If I've got my little wrist knife, can I go up and just sort of etch the ice?
Yeah. You think there's not much. I mean, it feels like you'd be able to. The ice doesn't look supernatural or anything. It looks like you'd be able to just sit there and hack away at it, and it might take you longer with just a small knife, but
Couldn't the boy telepathically reach out to this person?
you could try.
Ooh. Well, they can't really respond.
Yeah, you can't really
right?
respond.
Exactly.
Tap
Yeah.
some more.
I mean,
And then we can
lay some groundwork before we get him out of the ice.
right.
Here are the rules.
We can free his right hand in the area around his back, so he can reach for his wallet and pay us for the rest.
I mean, he is technically tapping, so you could talk to him, and tell him it's like 1 tap for yes and 2 taps for
Right.
no.
Yes.
We develop a Morse code system and teach it
Yep.
to him.
Yep. Oh, thanks,
Down
Chad.
here for weeks.
Or I can pull out Drillbot. Drillbot can help us.
I love that I gave you this fucking thing and you always forget about it. Like,
Good old Drillbot.
Drillbot. You should be
good thing
fine.
Drillbot doesn't have feelings. It would feel very offended every time. It's like, how do we get through this
We spent,
wall?
like, yeah.
Set it to max settings.
That's right.
No safety.
It's in his left leg.
Safety protocols. Yeah, it just keeps drilling. I'm frog.
Oh, Drillbot.
Hi, Drillbot.
Oh, sorry, we forgot to tell Drillbot to slow down. Drillbot does not differentiate.
Yep, it's all just drill matter to him.
Drill matter.
Just put him in a direction. It'll just keep on drilling.
You're all drill matter to me.
Drill
I am
is-
Drillbot.
Whole world. I'll drill the hell itself. All right,
Everything must be drilled.
you can set down Drillbot and hopefully give him some specific instructions to maybe or not. I don't want to.
Come on, backseat. If you want to kill this guy, that's fine.
Drillbot, do you have moral code?
I feel like you're asking us to like train an AI to be like moral, and that's like a lot of responsibility. Like, listen, Drillbot. First rule of robotics: you cannot harm a human being.
What if they're trapped in a wall and Drillbot has to get through that wall?
Yeah, this is what breaks robots.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
What if I have to drill through this human to save another human?
to save another human? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
To save all
That-
humans.
That's actually in the Will Smith movie that his kid gets killed because the
Yeah.
robot's like, I
You
want
had a
to
better
save
chance
you
of
to
surviving.
get to
Yeah.
the other kid. Yeah.
Wow.
As a guy's mom. Good right.
I'm glad we could reference iRobot after all these years. Yeah, the movie was better than it had any right to be, I feel like.
Yeah.
Not sure how well it's
Yeah.
aged, but I'm being fun. Alright, you guys can set down Drillbot and let that get to work. We're going to go back to Team Grove. Edmund wanting to pick the pair, Frey and Valen both saying not so much.
I'm just reading the chat. Barelvin cleans off the nameplate. Wait, this says Killbot. No.
What a twist.
Yep.
There's a lot of ways out of this place.
Yeah.
Hey, look, we split the party again.
Yeah, let's do it.
You're just seeing, all these little caves and things everywhere. Are you just
Mhm.
staying away from the trees completely?
I mean, Bray trusts nothing in these caves after
That's
the
fair.
freaking cannibal ghost man turned her into the Fradigo.
It's very fair.
Lord knows what cockamamie thing you cocked up with those stupid pears. So
What did you cock up tonight, Eric?
yeah,
I've cocked so much tonight.
how much seaweed you got?
You'll choke on it. Edmund, you see just blissfully empty caves to the east of here. Bray, when you step down this area, right at the, I'm gonna pull you back a little bit if you don't mind.
I do mind, yes.
You actually feel that wind at your back now, kind of urging you down what appears to be a very long, winding tunnel going downward here. But as you leave this area, you hear, not in your mind, but an out loud voice speaking. Yeah, kind of in a loud whisper.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know Elvish?
What languages do I speak?
And Edmund,
I
this applies to you as
speak
well.
Common, giant, and halfling.
Common and undercommon.
Okay. Neither of you understand the words being said. Valen stops suddenly for a moment and says, okay. That might have been a tree speaking to us.
A
Trees
tree?
don't talk.
Trees don't talk.
Not normally, no.
Did you eat a pear?
I did not eat a pear. I was very certain I would not eat a pear, actually.
What did the tree say? Please don't chop me down.
No, it was asking us if we are
Leave?
tenders of the earth or hunters of beasts, speaking very heavily accented. Not unlike that wraith creature we fought earlier.
That was a wraith? What wraith?
Well, you were indisposed at the time, but there was a wraith, a big one.
Huh. Cool.
No, it wasn't cool.
Not cool.
I mean, Bray's more animal, so she would technically be a hunter of creatures.
She goes up to you, Edmund, and I realize it's not quite what the spell is used for, because it's only for self, but I'm going to roll that she can cast it on you. It says, see if this will help. You can get some meaning of this. And you, and Edmund, you now hear that voice repeat and translated for you. And it has this very heavily accented, it says, who are you?
I am Edmund Oric, Alchemist the Great, Marshal of currently 3 towns, looking for answers in Charlotte.
Are you one of the masters? Speak strange, dress odd.
I come on behalf of the masters. I am not one of them, but they have sent me here.
I did not know they still live. Please, what happened to them?
Well, they don't live. I mean, we pass word on to each other and share common goals. And I am just continuing on the journey. But unfortunately, the outside world is in a constant state of darkness.
It is so
Freeze, the snow, it's building up. People die.
It's so dark and cold in here. I don't want to be here. My children don't want to be here, but we persist because of the Master's magic.
Mm. Who are you? Who's talking?
A figure steps out. A plant-like humanoid steps out of one of the trees, her skin rough like bark, and her hair like vines and plants. He says, I am Hathawin. This is my grove, or what's left of it. It has been so long since I met anyone who wanted to speak with me. This place is full of bad things.
Are these pears one of those bad things?
No. A fruit. It is gift from the masters. They made more trees like mine. It's magical.
Oh, permission to pick some for myself and my friends here? I'm sure we could help get you out of here.
She nods and says, yes, thank you for asking. You may have some. Be careful,
Edmund starts picking some as she's talking.
Okay.
He takes one.
Do not eat
He takes two.
too many
He takes three.
all at once.
He takes four. He takes 10.
Roll a 3d6. You can take 11
Takes 11.
as you're talking, yeah.
Wow.
He
Yeah.
starts eating one of them. You
Okay.
said don't eat all of them at once, you said?
I'd say be careful not to eat more than one at a time. It could make you sick.
Oh. Here, Berlin, have one.
It
He
was
hands her
my
one.
job to warn people of this.
Oh.
Valen is just very still and kind of nodding. Edmund, if you would please... let's see, I have to find it actually. Check your macros. I think I need to add this though. There we go. Okay, you should be able to find one called Purple Pear Charms in the macro. P6 Purple Pear Charms.
A lot of alliteration going on there.
Yeah.
No table found with that name. No table found with that name.
Oh, when you try to roll it?
Yep.
Let's see. Well, I guess I can roll it for you then. Let's see if this works. Oh, it's whispering it. Let's see. No fun. Why is this Okay, sorry. This macro must be... This is one from the book and not the one that I made. So this is what happens.
It says P6 Purple Pear Charms. Is there something wrong with the naming of it?
Maybe. Try it now.
Nope. Keep saying the same thing.
Okay. Try it now. I'm sorry, I didn't realize this was not going to work.
Keep saying the same thing.
All right, what is the table called? Might be able to diagnose this. Because when I do it, it works for me, which is weird. I know what the thing is called.
Is it a table that we don't have access to?
Pear
I
charm.
don't know.
Description,
How that,
purple pear charms, name. Yeah, I'm not sure why it's not. The action. Yeah, I'm not sure. All right, well, I'm just gonna roll it then. Sorry. Oh, mine doesn't work either. Oh dear. Why did it use when I...
6 Caves of Hunger.
Okay, this macro is busted. Well, I guess I have to use
The
the book
macro
like a
itself is
fool.
Just
What
an ordinary pear.
is going on? No, it's not. Damn it. All right, we can diagnose this. Hang on. Description: purple pear charms. That's right.
Like I said, it says P6 in front of it.
Okay, I can delete that. See if that matters.
Nope. Still didn't work.
What is going on with this thing? Of course, now it's gonna.
Mm.
No, I deleted P6. Now I can't find it anymore. Pear charms. Yeah, even when I try to go to test it, now it won't. It's busted. Alright, well, let's do it from the table then. It's not going to look as good, but so if you go to the macro thing, scroll down to rollable tables, and you should find... There you go. So it's not going to look as pretty as it was, but this is this will show up as the effect. That's a band-aid for it. So when you eat the purple pear, you gain the ability to cast Cure Wounds at a 3rd level as an action, no components required. Your spellcasting ability for the charm is Wisdom. Once used, the charm vanishes from you. So essentially, you get a one-time use of casting Cure Wounds at 3rd level while under the effects of this pear.
Might as well use it now.
Yeah. And yes, I did start the MVPC poll,
right
folks,
now.
if you would like to vote in that. Yeah, you could use it. You enjoy the fruit?
Yes, it's very delicious, and I feel like I've got a new power on me. But I test it out. But while I do that, tell me who is your master? Who assigned you to watch these trees?
Oh, the masters, they took my tree long time ago and put it in their city. Studied me for many cycles and made more trees like mine that bore delicious magic fruit. City was a unnatural prison, but the trees were my children, could not abandon them. Then a terrible thing happened. Fire and pain and so much cold. I thought the world was ending. Then I woke up here. So dark and so cold. Many of my children were gone, but some remained. The magic that they shared still remains. Haven't seen the sun in so long. So much danger here, and no one to talk to.
Well, you must know this place pretty well by now, being here for so long.
I dare not venture far from my grove.
Ah, useless.
But there are many dangers can come through. These huge worms burrowing through the ground, making heat and fire. Unnatural terrors make the ground shake. I fear one day they burrow right through my children. There's a vicious beast that stalks the cave, always searching for food. They seek only flesh, but I fear their tastes will change. And
We're looking for a lost city.
yes, the city. That is where I was.
Well, come with us and you can return home.
My home is here with my children.
Are you talking about these trees here?
Yes, of course, the trees. You see,
Okay.
they still flourish.
They
They
do.
persevere.
But you know, we could take some of these pear seeds and just plant them somewhere else.
You are truly masters, then maybe you could.
How many of your children are there? I'm counting 6.
She says,
Five.
yeah, I think there's 6 trees remaining.
I can save 2 of them.
Two of them.
Or you could
Thank you.
stay with
I can
me.
pay for 2.
You could stay here.
And wait for those Resmeranzas to come burrowing through your children?
Her eyes grow wide. You
Wait for
will-
that vampire to come eat all your fruit? I don't understand why you would just sit here and wait.
Oh, you will help protect the children, yes? There, even more recently, some strange new creatures came up through the long tunnel. And she gestured down the tunnel you were heading down, Frey.
Mm-hmm.
They were very scary, yet felt familiar somehow.
We cannot stay. Our purpose is to bring the sunlight back. Figure out the Frostmaiden. And like I said, return the sun to the world, which I'm sure you would enjoy as well.
Will bring sunlight to me?
No, to the world. You have to come out to get it.
I cannot. You must stay here. That is the best thing for you to do. And
Oh, I disagree respectfully.
yeah. Edmund, she attempts to cast a spell on you.
I put a spell on you.
I make a pear shield with my
Spell on
9
you.
mini pears.
Give me a, wait for it. A wisdom saving throw, please.
Of course.
Not your
Yep.
pears anymore.
Got your pears. Yeah, and she says, you will stay with me and protect the grove, yes? You will do this.
17, huh?
There is much danger around. And as if on cue, Edmund and Frey, you hear and see several frightening, bestial, one-eyed creatures emerging from a tunnel from the south. And I believe on this cliffhanger, we are going to end our session. Bum-bum.
Fire for that.
Bum, bum.
Rest Drillbot's still just chipping away.
Yeah, we'll settle that at the beginning of the next session, but I wanted the timing to kind of hit it, but yeah. MVP poll was actually a couple different votes throughout, but the winner is Valravn
Ah. All right.
with 42.85714285714. That's funny.
Repeating.
Yep, please roll on our MVPC table.
Spell scrolls. I like those.
Also, Valen mentions at some point, hey, perhaps I could attune to some of those items you all pass around.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
I didn't think about it either. I wrote it in my notes. I was like, Valen attune items? Just,
yeah.
you've got this ally.
Here's a dagger.
Dragons. Exactly.
Here's a dagger. You find
Dragon's Breath scroll. I don't know what Dragon's Breath is, to be honest. It's not a spell I'm familiar with.
roll
Is
dragons.
this one of your? Is this one of your like? What do you call it?
Well, I think it
DM's
works.
Guild products things.
I hope not. I think I got it from the
pretty
main
familiar with
table.
most spells, but
Yeah.
I don't.
It's probably supposed to be like the potion of dragon's breath then,
Oh, maybe.
but we can look it up.
Okay.
All right, I think that will
Dragon's breath.
do it for this session of A Rime of the Frostmaiden. We actually made some good progress this time. We didn't have just knockdown, drag-out fights the whole time.
Yep.
Thank you to Chris, Heather, Raymond, and Reese for playing, and thank you to our wonderful fans for watching, and thank you to The patrons, shouts to Platinum patrons Joe, Will, Thomas, Stan, William, Brandon, Genocider, David, Eclectic, Roleplay Roll, Christopher, Brian, William, David, Corey, Koa, 1337, Matthew, Big Nut, John, Infernus, Chris, Scott, and Gene. And gold patrons, RPG, Papercrafts, Pretty Boy, and Yuma, Marcus, Dead Lizard, Lounge, Sam, Lumpy Spuds, Jerome, Nathan, Fastiga, Tortoise, Scott, Refus, Carolyn, and William. Thank you all very much for your support. We are live streaming our D&D adventures every week, and we will see you next time. Shoutouts to Big Nut, Chris.
Right. So this time I got the salted roasted hazelnuts. These actually, I like these less because they
Keep
are
it snappy. The outro music's playing.
they are addictive enough that I'll just sit here and eat them all day. Like the non-roasted ones, I would only eat them like when I was hungry. But the salted ones are very good, and I will just sit here and eat them all day.
Excellent. Fantastic.
Great salted hazelnuts. Good stuff.